Oh, thank God, no one was in here. Good morning. I was a second or a little bit late because I had to write down how the gal that the gal's tutorial that I used to make the master boards. Hi. I wanted to cut like she did. So I had to real quick look that up. Pedra River. Oh my gosh. Hi, everyone. I'm telling you what. See, I was on for Build a Journal. No, there was something else I was on. But basically, I haven't been on for 3 weeks. I took 2 weeks to make the scrapbooks that I needed to make for my granddaughter that is graduating next month in May. And then I got sick. A week ago, Saturday, I started feeling worse. I have problems with seasonal allergy stuff anyway. Anyway, Wednesday, I went to the doctor finally, and I had an ear infection, a sinus infection, and she gave me medicine for the cough that I had. My last two shows, I had coughing spells during them, and so I'm still taking the antibiotic, and I took a cough medicine, so hopefully that doesn't happen during today's show. But I feel so much better. Yeah. In fact, that was on Wednesday. She gave me a steroid shot. I think that's what really helped. But um, by Friday for the Build a Journal, or no, Battle of the Junk Journals, I swear I watched most of that all day. Often, I mean, probably 75% of the time. That was an awesome raid train. And I actually bought one. I bought the second place album from Paper Swan. She and I have become pretty good friends, and I hadn't seen it, prior to the show. And so, anyway, I think she's going to ship it today. And when I get it, yeah, when I get it, I should have it by next Monday's show. So I'll do a I'll do a what do you call it? We'll walk through it. And what it was amazing, and I didn't do it for this reason. She used a lot of my paper dolls, the die cuts, and she said it best when after I purchased it. Yes, after because I thought, do I want an album or a junk journal with my girls in it? My die cuts. But she said it best. You've got a way now to show, how she used them in the book. So I'm super excited to get that junk journal. She asked if she could wait and ship it today instead of Saturday because she wanted to show her mama who she was going to visit yesterday. And I said, of course, you show your mom and then get it to me as quick as you can. So, yeah. So, long story short, I am so happy to be back. I'm ready to get, I'm probably 95% done with my granddaughter's two books. So I feel confident to start back up with all this fun whatnot stuff and get rolling. Well, any of you that were in the show the last time, which I think was 3 weeks ago, we talked about the Barons. Let me show you what this is. The one I don't think I've shown this one. This is the one I bought from Boho Daydreams. Her name is Sheila Gingrich, I think, but her first name's Sheila. Anyway, I bought this one from her and fell in love with them, and so I made a batch. But mine were much simpler. And also, if you were in here, if you remember, I said I had some that the knobs had come off. Well, I put the knobs back on with E6000, and I feel like they're pretty, there's a little bit of a thing there. And I thought I have these in the shop at 12, but I'm going to do them like for 9. And if you would have trouble with the knob, just E6000 it. If anybody wants these. The main thing for today is I had requests for supplies so that you could make your own. And so I put some of this together. Unfortunately, I did not have a lot of this trim that goes around the edges. And I actually ordered some from India. Here's another. I have ordered some from India. I don't know, it'll probably last week, so it'll probably be 2 weeks or more before I get it. But these were the different trims that I bought from Sheila, but she's so busy right now with a retreat and all that stuff. So I thought I'll just go see what I can find on Etsy to um, purchase. Good question. What are they? Perfect. I'm trying to, I've had some, well, I'll get to show you some good examples when we make the master boards, but the purpose of them is I'm trying to find some paper to give you a idea. Okay, these are papers of prints of my granddaughter's book, but what you do is say, well, let's just do this one page. Say you had 2 pieces of paper or whatever, and you had glue in there in between, then you use these to do the smoothing. I don't have a lot of room since I have all this stuff out, but use this to do the smoothing, and they come in so handy. I didn't know if I would like them, but when I work on bigger pieces of things, I love it instead of, you know, our traditional bone folders. I Because you've got more space, that you can rub around. So you'll see them in action also with the master boards. See it. So now, I don't know if the gal was in here that wanted the Paris napkin, which is what this is. You are not going to believe it, but I cannot find them. I tore my room apart. I was so upset that I couldn't find them, but they are here somewhere, and maybe I will find them by the time the India jewels for the edges come in. Oh, I tell you, I was that way I bought some Prima tissue paper. They are used for smoothing. Like if you have, glue between 2 pieces of cardstock or paper, and you just rub and smooth it out. And you've got a much larger surface than our traditional bone folders. I've used this bone folder so much for edges. Can you see the... Oh, look, I've got a groove in the bone folder. Yeah, they're furniture, they're floor furniture thingies. Yep, this is what they look like when you buy them. And I'm going to do a tutorial, not today, on how to make them. But not but, so I thought I would see if anyone would like some supplies and make them along with me. But I feel bad. Now, this is a good one. But I can't find the Paris napkins, and I don't have a huge variety of the trims yet. But, or, and, but the ones I have, I love. So, what I thought I'd do, Kiki's, I'm gonna be, after I show all these supplies and you guys can think, we don't even have to do it right now. I'll just show you the supplies that will be in the bundle if you purchase a set. And then I'm gonna make a master board, and I'll use one of these Barons, as I work on the master board. So we're kind of doing we'll do like a double banger thing here today. All right. This was my first round of making these, and all I felt like I wanted to do for my first 36 or 32 or however many I made, I wanted to just put the jewels, the trim around the edge and then the knob on the top. And I think these are very pretty. The one that I bought, she has a little flower. Well, mine are bigger, but you could place this on in the middle and put some little jewels around it if you wanted to. So I dropped it down the price $2, I think, because I was looking through the things I cut out for the flowers in the center, and I only have two. So if you want one of those, it'll be included. Um, the these come from. I'm still struggling on how to find the right pieces. I can't find the pieces that Sheila, the kind of pieces that Sheila uses. So I don't know what I'm not looking at correctly. And but I do have a bunch of little bags of the little pieces. I cut up some different trims, and these are the little pieces that you can put on top if you want. So, I mean, you wouldn't even have to put the flower in the middle under the knob. You could just do the trim around the edge and then add these little pieces. It's whatever you feel up to. She must have also painted gold around the edge on this one. I haven't gotten that brave yet either. So, to sum it up, I have 5 back here to sell. If anyone would like a finished one, come here, stay up. These 2 are mine, and we'll use them with the master board. Any questions so far before I get rolling into the supplies? Oh, and you'll see, look in the shop, and the one that says Fancy Barons, do you like? click on that and look at the knob on that on the top of those barons. They are exquisite. This is a picture of some of them that Sheila made. Now, I've not bought them yet because they are quite a bit more expensive than these three that I used. So if we want them, I'll be glad to order them and, um, have them. But it's going to make it probably $3 or $4 more for a kit. These are the three I used. A really pretty blue and this pink. And I have plenty of all three of these if you want, if you end up getting a kit today. I love the clear one. As you can see in the back, that's mostly what I sold because I still have two blue and two pink, but only one of the crystal clear ones. So those are the knobs. Oh, how is everybody? I've missed you all so much. But let me tell you, I zoomed in and focused on my granddaughter's scrapbooks because I had to get them done before I could move on with so much that I want to do for Whatnot. Things I want to make and do. And so now I feel better. Okay, so you start with a furniture protector. You pick a knob, the blue, pink, or clear. These are the trims that I have. And I will be honest, this is my favorite one. It is gorgeous. And that's what I put on my Paris one. It is beautiful. Now, the only problem is because it's higher than the height of the floor protector cushion, you have to put a pin in all three places to hold it down. So take 3 times however many of these flowers there are, and that's how many pins you're going to have sticking out of this thing. Um, would you, if you choose this one, some of them that I have coming from India are shorter, like this. So, like this kind, this height of trim, you simply, have your triple thick on there and wrap it around, and there you go. I don't think I found anything like this one. This was a little bit easier because you only had, well, I don't know if it's easier because there's more of these than flowers probably, but you have to put a stick pin, at this outside edge, push it into there and hold it until it dries. I hope I'm making sense on all this. Okay, so floor protector knob, you can pick one of these two little, we've got the rose that works in the middle. And then I have these. I can't even remember where I found them. But they're little flowers and they have a red edge. So some of the napkins that have red in them, I think would be really pretty. Then, okay, so I showed you this one. This is my favorite. And unfortunately, Sheila said she can't get any more of it. But I have 12 pieces of that. Okay, this one is like the one I just showed. This is what I discovered with these trims. Sometimes you have to cut off the extra. So this one, I have one of these. You would cut just right under the stones and end up with just the 2 rows of the stones. I only have one of those, but I have 12 of these. Now, this one I'm still trying to figure out, and I'll show you why. Where is my piece? Okay, so I trimmed it down and got this. I think the reason I like this one so much is you don't have to do any trimming at all. So it would sit on here, and you would have to, the height of the actual ribbon is perfect, but then you would take and stick a pin where each, oh, it's not focusing, where each stone is. I played around. This isn't a long enough piece, but that's, and so what I have here, I started cutting, here it is. Okay, so this is what that trim looks like. And what I did was cut this bottom part off. I think that's a different trim, isn't it? No. Okay, so I'm thinking you can get two. Well, no, you can do. This one's a little trickier, is what I'll guess I'll just say. If you cut it, because it's the same trim, but I cut off the top part. And what I found is the top part doesn't stay together too well if you cut out the little, the bigger stones. But, okay, so that would be one option. And then I was trying to decide if I thought this would work. So you'd have that sitting there like that with the big stones. I actually think it would be too much coming in, trying to get into the center or, the edges. Maybe not. You'd have a lot of pins. Okay, so that's kind of that. I'm thinking the easiest would be to do this and have your little stones at the top. So you just snip above the stones and get all that. Clear as mud, huh? So these are the trims that I have today. Now we can also wait until I get the other trims from India. This will just be kind of a preview if you guys want. We can do the, because then when I get my India trims, oh, I just love them, River. Oh my God, they're beautiful. But like I said, I do have 12 of these that I really like. And I've set up little baggies. I trimmed apart pieces. I've got these and I've got these. And there's 5 to put on top. Now, let's talk about supplies in case you want to be ready before the. Are these decorative decor or do you use them for something? Trims are beautiful. I know. I use them for, like, I'm in the Build a Journal raid train, and I used these pieces. I made some tags the first 2 shows, and I used pieces of these to just glue on. But I've got a lot more. These are just the smaller height wise. Nope, I haven't yet, Pookie. And we'll go through all of that now. Um, but I'd love to clip little pieces and then just, it'd be straight there, but add that to a tag just to give it some fun. And I'm hoping to roll into making some junk journals. And I definitely would use this, for the edges of pages, for little extra blings. I've got a ton of it. I've been buying it from, let's see, I think it's Renee underscore Diva in the Details. I think is what her um, name. If I'm, Renee underscore Diva in the Details. She sells a ton of this, but I can't seem to catch her. And then Sheila Ginrich is who I bought these from. She is from Boho Daydreams, and I've got a request in for some, but she's super busy right now, so I think it'll be a month or more before I get them. So I went on Etsy and I purchased some from India. Wasn't that the most amazing day, Bonnie? I just so thoroughly enjoyed watching all of those. I told him at the beginning of the show that I ended up buying one. I bought the second place journal from Paper Swan. Oh my gosh. I didn't think I would ever pay a high amount for a junk journal, but when I saw hers, I was just floored. Plus, I really loved Gina's from G Smiley. Oh, those were my, well, for my style, those were my top two. There were so many other, um, yes. So, Bonnie, did you have one? Oh, you said you were in it. How do I not remember? Well, there were so many names. Ah, what I hate is that we can't go back and look at them. But I think when they did the final show, what was the um, hostesses had a show, what, at 9 or 9:20? That's one thing they mentioned. It was if there was a way we could see them, because I think a lot of people would love. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I did watch yours. That was amazing. And you said your mom makes all of those pieces? Am I remembering right? Sorry, I had to get a sip of coffee. Oh, not that one. Okay, okay. Another sunflower and bee. Why am I not? Well, anyway. Oh, okay, yes. Was it Bee West? I don't know if she did that one. Hi, Jenny. I'm back after a 3-week hiatus between having to get some scrapbooks done for my granddaughter for her graduation next month and then getting sick. I ended up being away 3 weeks. See, that's terrible. I'm the corset. For some reason, that makes me think that was Bee West, but Lordy. But yeah, so at the ending show, they were, oh, thank you, Jenny. I am ecstatic. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Never in a million years did I think I would pay that much for a junk journal. But I don't feel bad. I told Shelley, she's Paper Swan, I said, I didn't buy Gina's i- last year because it was up to 178. And I said, and then I went and spent 200 more on yours. Oh, now I wish I'd have gotten Gina's from last year. I kicked myself. That one was beautiful. Yes, Bonnie. And I didn't think I saw that junk journal. I bought a few of the cold porcelain paper clips, hummingbirds with flowers. They're beautiful. Ooh, you have to tell me what these are. I okay, so I didn't during Shelley's Paper Swans show, someone said the highest bidder was 545. And I was like, what? I've been watching 75% of the day. How did I miss one going for that amount? And so I had to know which one this was and see it. So I did. I found her. She said she had it on YouTube. And so I found it and I looked at it. Yes, that one was beautiful. Yes, artistic fusion, right? And it's a beautiful, beautiful journal, just not my style. That's all. I mean, so yeah, I spent, I think I spent most of the day, well, I worked a little more on my granddaughter's, the box I made for her memory book, but had the shows on. And so I missed, so when I saw I'm going everywhere here, sorry. When I saw her junk journal on YouTube, I remembered seeing it, but I didn't watch it to the end. And that's where I missed that price that it went for. Some of the sayings, that she had in it touched my heart. They were beautiful, words in that one. Anyway, I could talk about Battle of the Junk Journal forever. I just thought it was an amazing. Shelley wants me to enter one for the next time. Um, artistic fusion. And if you give me just a sec, I will find her. I'm wondering, did B West have the corset? I'm I'm not good at remembering names. That was a beautiful journal. I'm going to look at my history in YouTube and give you the name of her YouTube. It is history. I just recently found out the history. Oh, so it was B West did do a sunflower. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, please forgive me. She started. Okay. The name of her YouTube is Artistic Fusion Craft Studio. Kiki, that's what, same with me. I did vintage antique because I did a lot of French papers and things. And so now I'm transitioning. I've been a scrapbooker for, good God, probably up to 20 years. If any of you know Paper Phenomenon, Kathy King, that's who I followed for a very, very long time. And I made scrapbooks. They're technically, to me, they're called mini scrapbooks. Although the one I made my granddaughter is like a massive scrapbook. But when I started finding out about junk journals, then I've definitely swung into the, I call the junk journals, softer books. With a scrapbook, you've got your spine and all that good stuff. But I was pleased to see, or I noticed that many of the books in the junk journal in the Battle of the Raid Train were mini scrapbooks. That's what I call them, instead of the soft spine. So it was kind of cool to see both varieties. That's just me. But okay, so Artistic Fusion Craft Studio is where you can see the journal that sold for 545. And then while I'm at it, if any of you were in my last show where I mentioned I have a YouTube, it's like an infant YouTube. I gave you guys the wrong name. And I'm such a dork. So in my show notes, I have the name of my YouTube, and all that is on there right now is videos of these shows. So if you were watching the last one when I made the tags, the French tags with the paper dolls I sell, that's on there. That would be on my YouTube. And if any of you want to go there and subscribe, I would love it. I think I have 5 subscribers right now. Even though I created it in 2015, I didn't know enough to figure it all out. And so, anyway, that's what I'm concentrating on more, is trying to get all of that. Because for a variety of reasons, I'd kind of like to get one going. But I think you have to have, I don't know for sure, I think you have to have quite a few people subscribe before you can do anything live. And so, anyway, it's the same as my Whatnot name, Pam Gree 16550. I did that, I believe, because I just wanted to keep the name the same for now. I have a name I want to change Whatnot to, but I can't quit buying. Yes, yes. Um, but I can't quit buying. I just realized I didn't sell for 3 weeks. If I hadn't bought for 2 of those weeks, I could have changed my name. You have to you have to have no um, purchases or sold items pending, and you have to have that all clear before you can change your name. Oh, have we gabbed enough about other stuff? Yes. Ooh, I'm up to 8 now. Thank you. Thank you for those who have joined. Or subscribed, I guess is what you call it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we talked about the trims. Let me move these to the side for a second. Let's talk about supplies, and then I'll show you the napkins I have. Okay, what you need, oh, sorry. Same as my name, or what not name, Pam Gree 16550. And it's GRE is for green. My last name is Green, like the color. Oh, Bonnie, you have one too? Oh, thank you. Did I miss something? Bonnie, you have a YouTube? I'm going to write it down if you do, and I will subscribe to you. Oh, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, I got it now. Well, I go in um, pretty much after every show, and anyone who has followed me, I follow back because I appreciate all of you and want to support as many people as I can. Oh my gosh, a lady came on selling hankies. See, I came on at 9. I think at 8:30. And I've been trying to collect some hankies after watching Paper Swan and what she does with them. And I'm like, all it was for her show today, this morning, is hankies. And I'm like, oh my God. So I did a pre bid on some. So we'll see how many I end up with. All right, guys. I feel like yakking and I'm not getting too far here. Okay. So you're not a seller. Oh, yes, I know what you mean. That's what I'm doing today. All right. These are the items that Sheila from Boho Daydreams use to make these barons, which are to smooth out glue between two pieces of paper. She used this. If you want to take screenshots or anything of this, I'll hold it up here for a little bit. She used this matte fluid medium and gesso. I wish I could share these with everyone. Does anyone know how that would even be possible? Could I put some in little jello cups? Thank you, Bonnie. Because they're not, I think it was one of these was not cheap. And I still have a ton in these. And I made 32 of them. Yes, there you go, Jenny. But she used both of these. Honestly, in my opinion, you could use one or the other. All this is for is to paint this black cushion. And she did, um, I'll tell you for sure when in the video, but she did one layer. I'm thinking it was maybe the gesso. And then she did like two layers of this one. But I think you could use one or the other and just paint this so that it's white. That's all that is for. So when you paint it white, then you apply a napkin. And I feel like I have a pretty good little variety of napkins for you. And when we do it, we'll be taking off this back piece so that you've got just the napkin. And then what you do is find out what you want on the cushion. See, that would be pretty, wouldn't it? And that is applied, I think that's applied with one of those too. Yes. Then you trim it. Then you start with the triple thick. Have you guys ever heard of this? This stuff is amazing. This is what gives that beautiful sheen on these. And you do several coats, and then and you have to let them dry between coats, and then you apply in a coat, apply another coat on the top and on the sides, and attach your trim. And then using all your little stick pins to hold down these pieces. So I brought these out. Because each flower is going to take 3 stick pins, and you put them right at this edge. You got to just nip that edge of that so that it holds it down. Then you probably have to have another coat of triple thick. I think I don't can't remember if I said this. You end up with 4 or 5 coats. Add another coat, and it's okay if stuff gets up, and around once you have your trim on. And then, if you want a flower, you could pop it on, with that wet layer and put that. I'll show you on this one. Put that on there. Now, I tried one with a flower, and I made the mistake, and I triple thicked over the top of it. And it, I don't know. I don't think that's the way it was supposed to be. So I stopped doing them. But I'd say for your final coat, that's when you would lay this on here. And then you could add your 5 little pieces around the edge if you want them. And then once that's dry, then you take the E6000, and these knobs they all have this kind of bottom so that you can put that E6000 on, and they will stick, have a really good bond. My mistake was when I made mine, I had a wet coat of triple thick, and then I put the E6000 on the bottom of the knob and then squished it down. And I almost think I want to wait, but to put the knob on until it's all done. So anyway, these are the things I have figured out with the first 32 I made. All right, let me move this stuff aside. And then if you weren't here, I have little bags of 5 little tiny pieces. If you want to put those on here, like the one I bought from Sheila. She has the little, you can do any size, any kind, that you want. So let's look at the napkins. I'm going to show you the first ones that I am, well, not only limited, but I only have one of each. I've got this one. And the cool thing is, you can make more than one, you know, with a napkin. And this is a small napkin. You can make several of these with one napkin. They aren't they aren't the expensive part, are they? So we've got this one. We've got this one is kind of not unusual, a little different. It's more of a, subtle print of flowers. Here we've got some really pretty ones, bright ones, but you can only, get so much on but you could definitely get the little pink one on there. So you'd probably get to use two of those. And if I remember right, all of these napkins have 4 sections. Yeah, got that one. This one's kind of cool if you're into is that kind of Frenchy? Like a French toil? Oh, Bonnie, thanks for being here. Okay, got a sip of coffee. We're looking at the supplies to make these barons. That is what Sheila Gingrich from Boho Daydreams called them. She is the one who came up with this idea, and I always want to give her credit. So, those would be pretty. And then I have one butterfly. So, all of these that I'm showing right now I only have one napkin. Now, you could get the name of the butterfly. I think I've already taken the backing off of this one, actually. Yeah. So, see the difference when here it is if you put it on a black, on the black without painting it white. And then we'll pretend like we painted it white. And then look how it looks now. That's the whole reason for painting that cushion white with the gesso or the paint, other paint stuff. What's it called? Matte fluid medium. So there's butterflies. Here, these remind me a little more of autumn. Bonnie, what I'm planning on doing is having kits to make the Baron. So it would be the slider, a piece of trim, a flower, a napkin, and then these little pieces. So like that. Is that there's something else, isn't there? Gotta look at my listing. I guess it would. Oh, the knob. Yes, yes, yes. And then the knob. There you go. Hi, Tamar. These, the ones that I'm showing you that are single, well, I don't. Sheila sent me a couple, but I don't think it's any of these. Oh, making sure we don't have an echo. There, I could have pinned it whole time and you could have seen what's going on today. Um, so it'd be these pieces. Let's see. Floor protector, napkin, knob, jewel trim, piece of lace for under the knob, and 5 tiny. Yeah, and a napkin with this stuff. I got I found some of these napkins on Amazon, I believe. And then I think I may have even found some on Etsy. Look at this beautiful blue. So these are all the single ones that I have. So you've got this green. This one I don't know where it came from because I wouldn't have purchased it because I don't live near the beach, so I wouldn't have done a seashell, but it's beautiful. And then there's this one. And look at this other blue one. All right, so those I have one. I think I put in, most likely, I put in vintage paper napkins to try and get that older feel. Now, the Paris ones, I got, I paid quite a bit for like two of them on Amazon so that I could make, and I think I made three of them like this. The other two sold, and I just fell in love with that napkin and wasn't going to pay what $7 or whatever for two napkins. And I can't remember how I ended up, but I ended up with a lady that sells napkins. And I sent her a picture of this Paris one. And I said, "Do you happen to have?" I said, "I'll take all of them that you have." And she came back and she said, "That napkin has been discontinued, but I will see how many I still have in my inventory." And I think she had at least 20. And I'm telling you, for the life of me, I cannot find them. I kept everything for these Barons in one container. And where in the hell I put the pack of Paris ones, I don't know. And I have torn my room upside down. I'm so mad at myself. So when I find them, I'm going to share them with y'all. Okay, so now these next ones. This one was definitely an Amazon. And when I got it, look at this difference. One side is green. Isn't that beautiful? And one side is blue. I have a lot of these. Oh, we've even got, oh my gosh, all four sections are different. That has a really light yellowy green, and then this is a softer, like, yeah, sage green. So I've got plenty of these. I've got several of these. And see, you get a lot of sections. So I'm going to test it here if you can get, because you cut it out, you put it on, well, you cut the piece out like the size of the circle on the outer edge, because you're going to tuck the edge of the napkin down into the lip. So you could get quite a few out of this one. Look at that. Oh, that's the backing, but you have to take the backing off. Somehow I missed and didn't take the backing off of one of them, and it lifted as the gesso was being put on. So there's 6 sections of that one. I've got several of those, a bunch of these. I've got quite a few of these, the purple and blue. I love this one, and I've got quite a few of it. But I kind of found that the pinks became a little bit different coloring. Oh, Raid! Hi! Oh my gosh, I'm sitting here just showing off. I'm so sorry. What doesn't she do? Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are a sweetheart. I love her D-Stash raid trains. I've been lucky enough to be on 2 of the 3. Yes, I am showing off. These are called Barons. Sheila Ginrich from Boho Daydreams came up with this idea. And you use it like if you had two pieces of paper, instead of using a bone folder. Oh, if I can get mine back out with the smaller width and doing that, you can do this if you had bigger areas to smooth out. And I didn't know if I would like it, but I bought one from her. I bought this one from Sheila, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with it so much I made 32 of them, but I didn't go as fancy as Sheila did. But now I'm feeling like I'm a little more confident. And so I think with my next round, I will be putting the little pieces of jewels on top. Yeah. So in my previous shows, I'd had some requests for some kits, to make these. And that is what I'm showing off today. But I've also told them I only have a choice of like three trims. Of course, this is my favorite one that, yeah, is on this one. I do have 12 pieces of that, but that's been discontinued and I can't get any more. Yeah. This one, I do have 5 to sell that are complete. The knobs had fallen off. I must have not put enough E6000 on there. So I reattached them and they should be good to go. And they're wonderful for smoothing stuff out. And, with the glue and stuff, you've got a much larger space to, cover instead of using the skinnier bone folder. So, so today I'm showing them all the parts and pieces I have, showing everybody. And if any of you want some today, I can sure sell a bundle. If you want to wait, because the two gals I usually buy this from, they're really, one is super busy, and I seem to miss the other one quite a bit. So I actually went and ordered some trim from India. So it should be here, I'm guessing, in a few weeks. I ordered it last week. Okay, so here's the pink red roses. Anyway, after all that, thank you so much for the raid. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. This is a new one I bought, and it was on Amazon. Somebody asked where I got the napkins, and I just really liked it. Of course, I have fallen in love with everything French, and so I had to get that. Then I had made several with this beautiful purple butterfly. I think it was Queen Bee Vintage. She bought one of the purple ones, and they were gorgeous. Well, in fact, I think that's the picture on my. Isn't that the picture for my show today? It You can see two butterflies. Okay, so that is that. So you get, like I said, you get a floor protector, a flower to go on top, your choice of a pink, clear, or blue knob, depending on which napkin you want to coordinate with, a pack of the little tiny pieces to put on top, and a piece of trim. Is that everything, girls? Floor protector, napkin, knob, jewel trim, piece of lace. I should call it more like an applique for under the knob, this white flower. All right, so I'm going to run a kit, and you guys, let's just see. Because if you guys, like I've said, if you want to wait until I get more trims, that's cool too. But I do plan to do a tutorial as soon as I get kits out to you guys. We can actually make some. Is what my plan is. So let's see if anybody would like one. I'm going to do it for 15 seconds. Jeez, I've spent an hour talking about all the parts. Oh, in addition, if you look in my shop, I've got a picture of a real fancy knob that Sheila has used. You can click on that. And first of all, I need to know where she got that trim with the pearl and the stone. I got to figure that trim out and get it from her. But there are really fancy knobs on the top of that one. All right, let's see if anybody would like one of the Barons that I have completed. And I'm going to drop these down because, well, see, and I paid quite a bit more for this one from Sheila because she did all the extra little trims. This one's even gold painted, I think, and that. So my price for these is quite a bit less because I basically just did the trim around the edge. This one has a flower, but I did the triple thick over it and it didn't come out as good. Okay, so let me start over so you understand. These are the 4 that are available to buy if you would like one. And with all the wording I put in there, I know the wording's down low on the screen. Is that a little better? So I'm going to reduce these since the knob fell off, and I put it back on with E6000. But you can see, like, this one has just a little nubbin of glue, so they're not as perfect as I would like them. So I'm going to start them at 9. I originally sold the ones with the trim that didn't go over the top were 12. And these where the trim did were 15 because I had to put a pin in each, 3 pins in each of the flowers, each pin in each of these stone pieces. So they were a lot more time consuming. Okay, so this will be an auction for the 4 that are complete. Starting bid. I'm going to change it to 9 since I had to repair them. And they are running now. So these are the 4 choices. Now, if you like this one with the flower with the triple thick over the top of it, you're welcome to this one too. I put 6 in there, but I don't know where the 6th one went. River, thank you. Which one would you like? Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are to this one. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you. Whoop, get your name on here. Look, it has little I didn't show this one a whole lot, did I? It has, look at the little daisies. It is pretty. Okay, got you for that one. Okay, there was a question. Oh, Aunt Darling. They are for crafting. And if you had two pieces of paper you were gluing together, you'd use this to smooth it out instead of a bone folder. If you had, the larger space and you needed, this just covers so much more space than this. So that's the idea. They were designed by Sheila with Boho Daydreams. Okay, so now we've got these four left and we'll run them again. Crystal Girl, first time purchase. It actually popped up on my screen. I normally can't see it. All right, which one would you like? One, two, three, or four? The pink ones are both over the top jewels. You've got this and this one. And the blues, you've got one that's over the top and one that is flat. This one, I moved them around on you. Did I put the right one back? Okay, thank you. So maybe, would you guys rather I just make these and sell them? Or are you at all interested in learning how? They're time consuming because you have to wait for so many layers to dry. You like the paint and then all the layers of triple thick. Yeah. Okay, we've got these three left. There, get them up higher so you can see them better. I think you should keep these made in your shop. So make some more, and maybe there will be some people that would want some kits. Well, let me tell you, I have enough supplies except for the jewels. Did I run it? I can't remember. Shoot. I'll try it again. There we go. In case I forgot. Okay, Crystal. Perfect. Laura, which one would you like? We've got one, two, and three. This one. Thank you. Yes. As soon as the um, new trims come in, I plan to make a new batch. They're probably going to be, well, these are reduced, so they'll be, I sold them originally 12 and 15. They'll probably go a little higher if I add the jewels on top. Do you guys think that's needed, or do you like, now see, I don't like this one. This, I think, was the one that lifted. So never mind, I'm not selling that one. I've got this one left. It has my my favorite trim on it with the pink flowers. All right. I think that blue one might have been the one that I forgot to take the backing off the napkin and it lifted. So yeah, there was all kind of learning curve with these, let me tell you. All right, let me get all this stuff out of my way and then we'll start working on a masterboard. Laura, I kind of feel that way too. I think they're amazing. I call these the ones I made, the plain ones. But okay, let me find a basket to put all this stuff in. So I can clear some room out of the way. I like that one. Is it for sale? The red one with the red roses? Is it in one of the pictures? Laura, I'm the same way. I have larger hands too. I hear you. Oh, this one. I I'm keeping this one for now. This one and where did it go? Oh, the one I bought from Sheila. And this one I made for me. Um, Once I find the Paris napkins, I bought these are Paris. They have Paris and stuff on them. I can't find them. Once I find them, then I'll part with it. And well, in addition, I'll be making more. So those will definitely be coming. I know. That's what I thought when I saw Sheila come out with these. I thought it's such a pretty piece to have to craft with. Okay. Oh, there we go. Let me find. I haven't done these for a bit, but I remembered this was definitely helpful. I'll show you what we're working on now that I'm getting rearranged here. Okay, these I know are Christmas. Yeah, I think I made these last fall. Now this one was super easy because it was Tim Holtz paper. Well, Tim Holtz looking paper. And because it's pieced, I didn't have to do as much piecing. But what we're going to do, you take a 12 by 12 piece of coffee dyed paper. This one I happen to print out. Today I'm going to use a actual coffee dyed paper. But I want to show you what we end up with. I kept one uncut so I could show you guys and then show you what you end up with. Now, this was probably 3 sheets of 12 by 12. You end up with these wonderful tags for our junk journals. And yeah, I sorted them where you could see the different sizes that we'll cut out. And you end up with all of this goodness. Okay, now this one is different than this pattern. I actually used some Florentine paper and a different digital. But look at this. I've got all these tags and they're nice and thick when you, by the time you put down the coffee stain paper, because I use cardstock, so it's a heavier weight. And so many of these, like this size can be a pocket in a journal. It doesn't have to be a tag. You could put it. Oh, good grief. Thought I was halfway organized. Okay, so say you had this, you'd have to make it a little smaller. But, we could put it in as a pocket or put it in like this. It's just endless possibilities. I'm on the Build a Journal raid train, and I'm thinking about, now this one tore, but making something like this as one of the pieces for the Build a Journal. So that's what we're going to end up with. So I got a piece of coffee stained paper. I actually made some. I had the Basil coconut swirl white cardstock, and I coffee stained a bunch. And then from another time that I made these, I still have all this. I'm not good at figuring out. Oh, I know, Laura. It's it can absolutely drive you crazy. Oh, here's some of that paper. All right, so what I like to use, first of all, this is rag paper from Anson Florentine, I see. Rag paper pages. I love to use that on the master boards. And then I want to get to the, okay, like here's one I made before. I didn't care for the solid gold um, Florentine paper on them, but I'm going to get down to the little pieces here. Should have blues and pinks because I made these with these blues and pinks and they were just gorgeous. And I sold them all, so I can't even show you what they looked like. I don't have any pinks left. Guess not. I found that scrap when I was trying to find the Paris paper or napkins. Oh, that's what I used. Let's see if I have any more pink pieces, because let me tell you, that was gorgeous. Oh, there is. Oh my gosh, yes. Here they are. Okay, I'm going to put these back for now. This was a from a scrapbook collection, and I just fell in love with that pink. Have I said that enough? And then I had these. I must have trimmed up a bunch of these thingies, these papers, or cut something out. And I knew there was pink and blue in there. And so I thought, oh, that'd be pretty. Okay, so I want to start with the pink since I found them. And then you can Yeah, we'll keep these ledger pieces out. So, if you've bought any of my printed French paper, this is perfect for that. And you cut it up in smaller pieces. And then we're just going to lay things down. It doesn't matter what direction, it doesn't matter anything. It's such a, to me, relaxing thing to do. Okay, so I want to leave out. Sorry, I didn't have these sorted very well before I started. I want these ledger pieces, even for the pink. Oh, there's a bunch here. Let's see, I've got some blue ledger pieces up there. I don't know, ledger or invoice, you know. Okay, that's going up there. Put those in here. Here is that. Some ledger. That pink is, here it is. It's from this collection. Kind of, okay, Stamperia Rose, Parfum. Background selection is what this is, what a lot of these in here are that I'm going to use. The blue, I think, is mostly digitals. Okay. Yeah, we got some dictionary. Oh, yes. Yeah, I think one of the pieces had, look at that. No, that wasn't in that collection. I think that is a digital, actually. I'm just trying to get a little organized. Okay. Let me pull out. Oh, there's some pink. Oh, I'm going to have to trim these. I like that piece and this piece, though. That's a good one. Okay. These are, oh yeah, let me do this real quick. And hopefully not knock you guys over. Okay, so I'm gonna just make them a little smaller and straight. Oh, these are tiny and I'm trying to cut them. Oh, missed the nub that was hanging out. Just make them a little smaller. In case I throw them in here. Okay, when I made these first two pink and blue ones, not two, but however many, I just took sheets of paper. Oh, I didn't cut that one, so it'll go over there. I just took sheets of paper and cut squares and rectangles in varying sizes, as you can see. And just cut them up. And I had all of this left over. This, oh, and these are, oh my gosh, they're double-sided. Okay, so the double-sided ones are, I'm going to flip these over so I remember both sides. That would have been from the paper collection if they're double-sided. Look at that one. And these others are digitals that I had. Look at that. I don't know about you guys, but I love pink. Pink and red and blue are my favorite colors. Okay, so these are digitals that I had. Do any of you do much with digitals? Hi, Shell. We are getting ready to start making masterboard, a masterboard. I'm digging through. I had made these, oh gosh, at least 6 months ago, and I had all of these scraps left over. And so I'm going to use the scraps that I had. Okay, so here is this is Florentine paper, and I have that in my shop too. This is actual rag paper pages from books, from French books. I'm going to grab the ones that are straight. And guess what? I have French rag paper pages in my shop too. So if you see any of this that you would like, take a look. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm just digging out a few things here so we can get rolling. That's Florentine. And all of this. Whew, we're going to cover a 12 by 12, so that's why I'm taking a little more time trying to get it sorted a little better. So yeah, I just took digitals that I had, printed them off. I know, Laura, I agree. Um, I do the digitals because I bought a ton of them before I got into loving the French stuff as much as I do now. And so many beautiful digitals out there. Okay, we're going to get started. And if I need more, I will dig it out. These are crooked. We have got, I'm going to move these over so you can kind of, maybe I can put these up a little higher so you can see. I need to take the camera out. Zoom. I should have done that from the very beginning. Sorry, guys. Guys and gals. Okay, so the rag paper I'm going to throw up here. Here's some digital. Here is the Florentine paper. And these pinks. Goodness sakes. This is taking longer than I thought just to get it ready. And so like this is when If you get all this out, oh, I'm addicted to French paper too. It's terrible. I think it's worse than when I was addicted to scrapbooks, making them from scratch. I did that for years with Paper Phenomenon. She has a website and a YouTube and makes gorgeous mini scrapbooks. Okay, are we ready to start? So print out whatever variety of papers you like and the colorway that you might want, and then cut them up in, as you can see as I fumbled through all of these, squares and rectangles. You don't want them huge because you want to be able to see the variety. And then, oh, this one's white. This is the glue stick that I use, Oohoo Magic Blue. And it is usually blue, so it's evidently sat out long enough that it's turned white. The tutorial that I saw, and you notice, there's the strip on here from the manufacturer. I'm going to glue on this side so that I can cover all that up and have, a 1/4 inch more space. The tutorial that I saw and used and found that it worked for me is she glued up 1/4 of the page at a time. If I use a different glue stick and you see blue, just know it dries clear. So you put all of this down. And I tend to be an overthinker, and this is why I loved this so much, because you don't have to think about it. This piece can go down this way, whatever you want. It doesn't matter where the wording is. You can put these dictionary pieces sideways. It doesn't matter. And so see, I was going to use my thingy, my Baron, but I don't want to get glue all over it. And then I think I'm going to do like that. Then I'm going to throw this in. And it's okay if they overlap. Something wasn't cut straight, because you don't want to see the cracks, in the between the pieces. And then let's do this. And then I'm going to move this one over. Well, I still can. Yeah, I'm usually a definite big time overthinker, and to be able to find something where I can just put stuff down is nice for me. I put a little bit of on the edge of that rag paper so that I could butt that up. Ooh, how about that right there? I'll just make sure I have enough glue and it's the right width. Welcome in. We're just getting started on making a masterboard. And then I'm going to hang that down a little bit because there's a white edge. I don't know if you can see it, a white edge right there. You know what? I think I'm going to throw in a little blue because that is pretty. And then let's throw in a piece of ledger in this square. In addition, when she cut it up into the tags and pockets, she talked about how she turns it over and cuts on this other side because her brain would fight against trying to keep everything. Kim, hi. Gotten to know Kim from the Ink and Ledger show, and plus she watched a bunch of the Battle of the Raid Train Friday like I did. I am just getting started on making a masterboard. All right, so here's the second quarter section of the cardstock. Oh, whoop. What do I want? Oh. Let's do this down here. I love this gold foil Florentine. And I'm telling you, this has just been a perfect thing for me because I can just slap stuff down and we call it good. And they come out beautiful. Let's see, we want to go. But it's kind of weird working with the camera in front of me. I should have maybe done this with the overhead. Okay, so I need to add some glue right there because I'm going to put this right here. Can you guys see it okay? And you just start gluing all this down. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah. About the only time you add extra glue if you're going to overlap a little. What's nice about this is the glue stick is that it dries clear. Oh, look at that piece. Oh, both sides. Let's go. I got to see where I'm at here. Like this. There we go. Okay, so this is when the Baron could come in. When you have more pieces, then you can do this and make sure you've got a really good stick. I guess I'll be making some masterboards with all of this that I've pulled out, huh? Oh, look at that right there. Probably the most annoying part is at the end if you still have open spots that you try to get filled in. Oh, I like that. Okay, we need a little piece. Since we pulled in this blue, I think I'm going to put this right here because it has a little bit of a blue tint. And I don't want to cover up that piece too much, so I'm going to let it overhang. A little bit of glue there. Okay, and then we got a little bitty square up here. I'm looking. Oh, get my chair a little closer. All right, I'm going to move on. And then when I find a little square, I will fill that in. So let's go up here. So it takes a little prep work in the beginning because you know have to decide what papers and uh, I like this piece. Oh, I don't know which side I like better. I'm going to line it up, hopefully. Must have been cut pretty straight. Oh, look at this. Let's, no, it looks, it's too matchy. Oh, I'm going to kind of do like this. And, okay, I want that piece there when I get to gluing. Making sure I had all the glue there. Wait. Nope, I don't want that there. I'm going to go, I want a piece of book page. Like that. I didn't trim it, but I'm going to run it off the edge so that I can trim it when I'm done. And then we need, I want to cover up because this isn't cut straight. So I'm going to do that and put that right there. And then where are those little strips I cut out? Like this, but it's not wide enough. I don't like it when I corner myself into a strip area like that. Let's do this. And well, come on, pieces. Here's one that work in here. And so once again, you don't worry about if it's upside down, sideways, anything like that. Okay. I hate wasting the Florentine paper. So I'm gonna, oh, here we go. Maybe. Yeah. I can put a piece right here of the Florentine. And now, uh, hey, come on, paper. Let's do, do that right there. I don't know if I had, yeah, I did have the glue over there. Now you will have to go back, you know, like where I'm overlapping, where you guys can see I'm overlapping a little bit, like right here. We will have to go in and touch up. Hi, Sharon, Waldra, and Kathleen. Oh my gosh, I've been working on this and not noticing who all's come in. Hello, everyone. For some reason, I'm wanting this up in the corner. So that's where I'm going to put it. And I love this piece. I think I'm going to do that. And then, oh, looky there. The blue will fit right there. Woohoo! And then I'm going to put in this Florentine. And then, oh, this is a cool, no, it's got too much edge. Let me see here. Oh, I didn't have glue. That's going there. I love this piece. Oh, that's a good one. So let's do, we're going to do this. Does it, oh my gosh, I think I can get it to fill that whole thing in. But, oh, that won't come up. Never mind. I think I'm going to do this because the edge isn't trimmed. Oh, I didn't get it over far enough. Shoot. Okay, so I kind of want it to fit right in between here. So it covers in that gap, you know what I mean? Why is it not? I can't get it lined up. And the word's still up there. There we go. Oh, yeah. I think we're getting somewhere. All right, so what else do we have open? Let me get this blue one down a little better. We are working on a masterboard. It's best to cut these after they're dry. But I want to show you guys this one so bad because you'll be amazed how it looks, even though it looks like a jumbled up, mess on here right now. Okay, so I want to make sure I pop in, I've got 1, 2, 3 blues, few ledger, you know what? I'm going to go up here. I'm looking to see if any are a little thinner, and they're not. Okay, so I'm back to here. But it won't cover that whole... Ooh, if I did that, that would cover some of that white edge. Mm-hmm. Oh, that will fit, except for that. Okay, going here. We've got the width taken care of. Now I need... I've lost my... Oh, this pretty piece. We still are... Gotta fill in the rest of it. Well, what do you know? Looky there. It'll cover up some of the white from the rag paper. Oh, yeah. All right, so we got a couple little squares here and there. I'm gonna just trim some of this white off. And put this one right here. And I'm looking at what I've got. Make sure I got a good variety. Oh, I like this. Like right there. Here we go. This is the problem. Once you get down to the nitty gritty, you got to do a lot of overlapping, or do, more overlapping. There's that. We just have, okay, 2 little squares. I'm going to put that right there. Whoop. I was never a glue stick person until, well, about the time I saw this tutorial on making these. And so then I started using glue stick. You know what I'm going to do? That has that white there from the book page. I think I'm going to put that there to just to kind of give us, so we can have more color. What do you think? Whoop. Oh, and it slid under that one. So, okay, that works. And then this spot. And I'm going to use rag paper again. Yeah. I don't usually cut down too much, but with the rag paper, I don't want a lot of the white edge showing. And so that is going right there. Look at that. Now, some of you might be thinking, that's just a jumbled up mess. Let me tell you, after you get these cut up into those tags and things, it's amazing. I'm just getting some of the edges where I overlapped. See if any of them pop up by kind of bending the paper. This one. Sharon, you do? Yeah, that's what we spent the first hour. Yes. Ooh, Kim, I need to scan this, don't I, before I cut it up? Oh, maybe that's what I'll do, guys. I'll let this dry and I'll cut it up next week for you guys to see it. Does that sound okay? I do like the idea of scanning it. All right, so we've got some ledger paper, different pieces with light blues, because I pulled in this pink floral with the blue in it in spots. We've got some Florentine gold paper, some digitals, some rag paper. There's another one that's loose. Come here. There's probably more. But for now, I'm going to just, like the rag paper had the raggedy edges, so I hung it over the edge. So now I'm just going to trim that up. And these are just pieces that didn't need as much. And I'm going to get that trimmed up. And then once this dries, It's nice cutting against the cardstock because you can usually keep it straight, even though I dug in a little too much there. So yeah, this is the perfect time to use the Baron. Yeah. Can you, if you wanted to really press down with a bone folder, you'd be making a lot of laps on it, wouldn't you? But this, with this wide area, because of the floor furniture protector, it lets you cover more area. Well, there's that one. And I like Kim's idea as a background. So I'm thinking I just want to scan it first. You would buy these? I would buy some pages. Okay, Sharon. And Trista, do you mean that have been scanned and printed or like this? Because the idea is to end up with tags and pockets, for junk journals. Uh huh. Yes, scanned and printed. Okay. I like that. I'm glad you guys do too. I know when I made the first ones, I wasn't into the scanning. You'll buy either way. Okay. I wasn't into the scanning like I have become. Yeah. Oh, you ladies are so nice. And I wish I had scanned those first ones because the tags, you know, seeing it in sections as tags and or pockets, they were just so beautiful and they sold fast when I showed them. Okay, you all are too kind. Do you want me to make another one? Yes. You could sell multiples and then people could turn them. Oh, to cut them into their own tags, you mean? Hi, Tamar. Multiples, and then people could turn them different directions and get totally different tags and pockets. Yes. You guys are all amazing and have really good ideas. Hi, Sue. Um, I I showed all the parts and pieces for the Barons. That took about an hour. And um well, that's amazing, Kim. So I do have the kits if anyone wants them, but I've also told them I only have three selections of the different trims, the beautiful trim pieces, like what's on the edge of this one. And I went ahead and placed an order to India to get some more. And I did that last week, so I'm hoping they're in a couple weeks. Okay, this is the only one that didn't sell, and it is for sale. Would you like me to run that? Sharon, these are the ones that I had said that the knobs had fallen off. And so I used E6000 and put them back on. And I had four of them. One of them wasn't good enough for me to sell. I'm kind of picky that way. I want to make sure what I send out is quality. Okay, so I'm going to run this Baron. Actually, I still have it pinned up there, don't I? Because we have been making a master board. Thank you so much for asking. And there you go. I did these a little lower because they had to be repaired. Typically, if they have the jewel over the top, they're 15. And if they don't have the jewel over the top, they're 12. And I'm kind of thinking, because the main thing was, let me find the one I bought. When I made these the first time, these are my first batches. Okay, I bought this one from Sheila Ginrich, and she has a little flower thing right there under the knob, and then she added these extra little pieces. Plus, she must have put some gold foil paint on this one. But when I did mine, I went simpler since they were my first round, and just did the trim around the edge and the knob. Um, and so I am planning on making some more. Now, if you guys want a bundle, then you can purchase it. And I was planning on doing a tutorial on how to make them. Yeah, I used several napkins like this one. But thank you so much, Sue. Let me get your name on there. Um, Thank you very much. Shell, did you see the napkins that I have? I could tell you, okay, I would be more than happy to you guys show me a napkin you like and could make them. So let me start from the beginning. Today's show, I'm kind of getting the gist. Everybody would rather I make them and they just want to buy a finished one. But if there's anyone out there that does, oh, that's a fun idea. I do not have any Christmas napkins. So that is something. See, I might as well start that stuff now, huh? Well, once I get past 4th of July, my time will free up even more. So once I get past 4th of July, then I would probably just be okay with starting up Christmas stuff. Please do, Shell. Okay, so I've kind of gotten the impression you guys would rather have me make them. So I'm going to start some new ones fairly soon. Yes. Yes, exactly. Well, this is the one I made for myself because I have fallen in love with French. I made this one for myself, and this one makes me very happy. So I know what you mean. but I can't find the damn napkins. I turned my room upside down. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, and I do not know where I stashed them. But I plan to make a bunch of these when I find the napkins. But yeah, I'll definitely. Are you okay if we wait and start in on Christmas after 4th of July? The border, the jewels. Tomorrow, the E6000, yes, is what I use to glue down the knob. Since there's a new batch of you in here, I'll just bring out the bear and stuff. Okay, so this is the trim that's on the Paris one. Did I put it away or did I leave it out? Oh, don't want that. Oh, right here. This is the trim that's on the Paris one. And this is my favorite trim, but Sheila told me she can't get any more. I have a little bit of stock. I've got 12 pieces cut of this one. This one is beautiful, but it's a booger. It's a trim from India. Have you seen any of that razzle dazzle stuff that's. Oh, let me get my bag. You guys will probably crap when you see how much I have. So you've got these trims. That one doesn't have any. I got a lot of these from. Yeah. Oh, God. If you guys want some, I know. If you, a very, very good place to get it is from Renee underscore Diva in the Details. She's here on Whatnot. And this is where I got a lot of it. But then I ran into another lady on here who is, I can't think of her name. Um, is there a vintage Karen? Ah, oh, look at this one. That wouldn't, I wonder if that's long enough to go around a Baron. That would be a good one. I didn't know if you guys would like this because it has the yellowy stones. So I didn't pull out a lot of that. But everything in this bag I felt was, oh, thank you, Sharon. I can't believe Build a Journal is Saturday again already. This month has flown. But then I haven't been on for 3 weeks. I had to get 2 projects done for my granddaughter, and then I got sick. These are perfect to cut just this little section off and just put that on a tag. And that's what I did with some of my tags from last month's Build a Journal. Okay, so these are all too wide for the Barons. So that's why I ordered my two, the two gals I usually buy from. Um, one is super busy, and one um, I haven't caught. And so I thought, but all I want are the thinner ones for the Barons. So I went in and ordered from India last week. Crazy me. And picked out some of these that are thinner so that they would fit around the floor protector. Oh, let me dig out. Geez, I look down on that box and it's just sparkling away. This is what they're made out of. I am feeling a lot better, Sharon. Thank you for asking. I ended up going to the doctor last Wednesday and had an ear infection, sinus infection, and a cough. You know, when you cough so hard, your muscles hurt. And so she gave me some cough stuff for that, an antibiotic, and a shot of steroid. And let me tell you, I felt I started feeling better pretty quickly. In fact, I felt so good. I spent most of the day in that darn Battle of the Junk Journals on Friday. I just loved that day. I was so looking forward to it. And I mean, the junk journals, wow. And, but I wanted to get better because my granddaughter's first communion was yesterday. My youngest daughter and her husband are very devout Catholics, and they have two children, and their youngest one had her first communion yesterday. Okay, so they're made out of these floor protectors, and then the knobs that I have are that I used for my first round are these three. Because then most of my napkins, well, of course, clear would go with anything, and then a lot of them have pinks and blues. And so I was showing all the parts and pieces in case anyone wants the parts and we can make them together in a show. But today's show kind of gave me the impression everyone would rather I just make them and sell them because you still, even though I sell you these, the blingy and the knobs and the floor protector and the napkin, you still have to buy the gesso, the triple thick, what else? E6000, which probably a lot of us have. And they aren't cheap. And if I could figure out a way to share that stuff by putting them in those little, what the kids put the jello shots in those cups. So I think I'm going to go back to just making them. And if anyone, I mean, how about this? I'll keep the listing up there in case anyone would want the supplies and we can do a tutorial. But otherwise, I think I'm just going to, I have enough to make another 32. So I hope to start on those fairly soon. I'm so happy everyone likes them. That's what I love. And I need, after I made the first 32, I was like, I don't know if I want to make these again. But they're beautiful. And actually, it's kind of therapeutic. You put a layer on but then you have to let it dry so you can do something else, and come back for the next layer. So my desk is just a jumbled up mess right now. So I've got this one that I said is my favorite. I've got, I'll use this one. With this, I just trim off this edge and just have these two rows. And so that looks like this style. You got a double row of stones. I don't know if I'm going to use this one, but isn't this trim? I think I'd rather keep this trim to use in a book. Look at that. It is stunning. If I use it for a baron, I have to get him, cut it down and lose a lot of that beauty. So once my order from India comes in, I'll have, I think I got at least 6 or 7 different ones that I wanted to try out. But these are the napkins I have. I love this one. I haven't used this one. I got these after I made my first batch. Yeah, I did make some with these purple butterflies, and they were gorgeous. I did make some with these, the first batch. The pinks kind of turned this one here kind of turned more of an orangey pink. So I wasn't as happy about that. But look at this. We got purples and blues. And I just did somebody asked, most of these, like the ones I've shown you so far, I believe I found on Amazon. But I mostly put in vintage paper napkins. This one was, I don't even know what site I saw on Amazon that I fell in love with. But look at this. You got this color here. Then you've got this. Then I opened up today and you got two more colors on the inside. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And this one. So you can get four different colors out of one napkin. And then the rest of these, I have one of each left. But we were looking at the butterfly. I'm thinking I'm going to work on, I've already got the backing on this one off. I'm thinking I'm going to work on trying to zone in on some of these butterflies, even with their little name on them. See, I can't do every butterfly because they're too close together. Because I have to put them, you have to cut a circle, the circumference of this, so that you can tuck the edge down in there of the napkin. And look at the difference. The reason you paint them, like this is with it black, but look what happens when you, where'd my paper go? Here it is. When you paint them white, which is what I do, and then put the butterfly on, look at the difference. Isn't that gorgeous? Those would be pretty. Well, guys, I'm thinking I might not make another masterboard. I've created a mess. But you know what? I'm going to make some later this week, and I'm going to scan them. And I will definitely include some of those pages in the, I should be able to do it for the Build-A-Journal Saturday if I get the masterboards made. You guys have given me a lot of food for thought. Plus, I've had a few pre-orders. Kim is, I believe, one of them. And I need to get shipping done so that I can start working on all of these goodies. Sharon, I'm struggling with all the parts and pieces for Build-A-Journal this month, and I haven't started. I can't decide if I want to do more, continue with paper packs or what I want to do. I don't want them, I don't want my items become redundant, so I'm not sure which direction to go. But I'm also an overthinker, so once I get rolling, I can usually get with it. So, in your opinion, would the paper packs still be good to offer that variety like I've been doing? Oh, Sharon. Oh, you are so sweet. Okay. Well, and I keep telling myself, Pam, there's only 5 or 6 people that get to purchase what you put in Build a Journal. And so that's not very many, that have a paper pack. So I don't know why I'm, once again, probably just overthinking things. Well, thank you. That means the world to me. Okay, so I've got some Barons to get made. The cool thing is I can get started. Yours are the most beautiful ones I buy. Wow. You are bringing, you are making my eyes misty. Thank you. That means so much. Because like I said, I'm one that's usually an overthinker and that it's not good enough and I want to make it great and I want it to be quality, all that. So thank you. I can start on the Barons and get the up to the first few. Yes, I do. I noticed last month you were the first one that jumped in. Um, so I could get it up to a couple layers of triple thick on this new batch, and then when the trims come in, I can start that. All right, ladies. Yeah. What I did, Kim, is because I have a ton of I bought a ton of authentic French last year. A lot of it from France, but also a lot of it from Gina G Smiley, and I have scanned, I think, 75% of what I own. So I have a massive variety, of French papers that I'm printing. And I was making paper packs. The last two Build-A-Journals, I made paper packs with a nice variety. And so that people didn't have to buy, like, because in my shop I have, the same style. No, I haven't, Sharon. And I can't decide if I want to make them again. I know. Well, I had hoped, I took the 2 weeks off to do the scrapbooks, and then I was going to get all of this rolling, and still have 2 weeks before Build a Journal, and then I got sick. So I'm kind of in a spot where I've got to get it all figured out. But I'm ready to roll on getting this stuff done, so how am I going to get it? Oh, that's one to show you. Some of you might have seen it my last show, but this is what I made for my granddaughter. Look at this spine. How about raise your starting price and add picking a Baron? Do you know, I wondered if that would count because it's, Build a Journal. I wondered if it would be okay if I did that and offer a Baron, like instead of a brooch. So I wondered because I would love to do that. I could do that for next month. I won't have them ready for this month. Yeah. That is a fabulous idea. I will plan on that for May. But this is what I had to finish, ladies, and why I had to take 2 weeks off. My granddaughter played varsity volleyball all 4 years in high school. And all the newspaper articles, all the, yeah, so I pictures, and then my daughters, put a lot of information on Facebook. You can't even begin to see how much there is. But I have, this is what I have made for her. The bad part was I made this book when she was a freshman and put her freshman year stuff in there and didn't do anything else again till now. So it was my fault. There's my granddaughter right here. And actually, that's my daughter, her mama. So this massive book, I had to do her sophomore, freshman, or sophomore, junior, and senior years. And then her older sister graduated 2 years ago. And I had made this for her. And Ryan wanted the same thing. And I'm like, I was so, I'm trying to move some paper. It made me so happy that she liked it so much. But I've kind of moved away from this scrapbooking stuff. But I had to do it for her. And this is what I did. Oh, goodness sakes, come here. Yeah, this book weighs over 6 pounds. I got all kinds of sticky notes. Jeez, gotta get this paper out of the way. So, this is the book I made, and I made the box that it goes in. I still have to mat, of course, the box, but I made the box. This is how everything I make scrapbook wide starts, is with chipboard and tape. And so now here is the book. Our school colors are black, red, and white. So this is what I had made for her older sister. This isn't completely done, but it's really close. So that, like, messages for Ryan. So people can put, this will be, like at her graduation party. But she can have the messages, and then she's got an area she can put her diploma in here, or she could put it in, oh, here. We've got flaps and a expandable pocket. And then two over here that are pockets. So yeah, that's what I had to get done before May. And I was stressing out and decided to take that 2 weeks off. And then, of course, I got sick. So I was off 3 weeks. I don't know if you guys wanted to see it, but I had to show it because they're actually a lot of work. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Or have coordinating barons available as separate. Oh, yes. Have coordinating barons available as separate bin purchases in the Build-A-Journal. You're right. I need to have those in here with me on that day next month that can tell everybody how awesome they are, for our crafting. Oh, thank you. All right, ladies, you have a wonderful week. I will be on Saturday. Maritza, oh, we're just getting off. I've missed you, girl. We or I'll be back Saturday. 9 a.m. Central Time. I'm the first one again. This is how I am. Okay, I did the first one 2 months ago. Then they invited me to the second one, and the only spot was 8 a.m. Central. And I wrote Midwest Merchant. I said, "Are you sure you want me for the first one?" I said, "I've been on a year, but I don't have a massive following. I have the right ones." I said, "Are you sure you want me to be the first one to start a train?" And she goes, "Yes." She goes, "They are going to be looking for you." And that made me feel good. So, yeah. And Sharon, gosh, we had like 50 some people in there, right? At the beginning. Kim, have you ever been to the Build a Journal raid train? You may have been there before I knew you because I just got to kind of know you last, what, Friday? Saturday? Oh, okay. So that's why you kind of know what we're talking about. Oh, thank you, Sharon. So, so much. Well, so I'm the first one this month, but it's 9 a.m. Um, they decided not to start it at 8 a.m., which was I was kind of grateful. Central Standard Time. It'll start at 9 a.m. Mine. Well, I need to keep yak or quit yakking because I'm not getting anything done for Build a Journal, am I? By staying here and yakking. But I've missed you guys so much. I'm just so glad you're all here and took a look at everything with me. And I love Kim's idea of scanning those and selling them as pages. Now, would we want them? Okay, I do have one question. Those are 12 by 12. Would we want them 12 by 12 when I print them? I'm trying to think. Oh, thank you, Maritza. I actually got brave and put a picture of myself up. Yesterday, I dressed up for my. Yeah. Yesterday, I dressed up and actually did something with my hair for my granddaughter's first communion. And I thought, I have never switched the camera around except on accident one Saturday morning. And I thought, I need to let you guys put a face with the name. Okay, I'm gonna do some thinking on this um, masterboard stuff. Thank you, Kim, and thank you, ladies, of those that are interested. Okay, I'm just jabbering, and I've made a mess. I bought this thing last year for 4th of July. Ugh, 4th of July. I love Christmas, but 4th of July is my holiday. Okay, Sharon. All right, ladies, have a wonderful week. And I hope to see you all Saturday at the Build a Journal Rate Train, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Love you all for being here. I love you all. And yes, I'm definitely on the mend. I didn't have a cough attack, did I? So that's a good positive step for today. All right. Let's see who we can rate into. We have got. Oh, we want to. Do we want to see what My Digital Cottage is doing? I met her about a month ago. Oh, you're welcome, Kim. Thank you, Maritza. Until Saturday. Bye bye.